Okay, hi everyone. Greetings from Finland. I'm Tina. I'm organizing these Quest Speaker Nights for our group. It's great to have you here, also many. And tonight we are happy to have Tina Willis from United Kingdom joining us. First, let's hear her inspiring story, and I'm sure we will pick up some valuable tips also. So afterwards, maybe we have also time to have some questions. So please, warm welcome, Tina. The
Oh,
floor
thank
is
thank
yours.
you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's a pleasure to be here. And thank you to Tina for inviting me. So, wow, my story. Okay, so those of you who know me, I do know a lot of lovely faces here, and I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of lovely faces here. But for those of you who don't know me, my name's Tina Willis, and I am based in the UK. I started my business at the age of 57, and I'm coming up to 62 this year. Um, and I started my business. Well, in fact, I wasn't even looking for an online business. Just to give you a bit of my background, I worked in corporate development for 25 years. Um, Basically, traveling up and down UK motorways, doing 16, 17 hours a day, until eventually it took its toll. I was driving home from work one day, never saw it coming, and I just burst into tears in the car, and I can't remember getting home. I'd had a breakdown, burnout, stress, call it what you will. So by the time I did finally get home, my husband said, right, that's it. Enough is enough. Took my laptop off me, took my phone off me and said, something's got to give. But what was I going to do? All I'd ever known was sales. So I'm sitting there this one night. I was off work ill, and I'm sitting there this one night, and hubby was watching football, and I'm scrolling through social media, like you do, bored with the football, scrolling through social media, and saw an ad from a lady in Canada. And normally I wouldn't even think about signing up in Facebook with anything, but I saw this and I thought, this could be for me. So I thought, okay, let me check. And I was saying to Dave, should I do it? Should I register? And he's that busy watching the football. He said, yeah, go ahead. He didn't even know what I was asking him. Um, so I did. And I looked into it further, and the rest is history. So I started my business, and I started with two products. And I could kick myself because I should have started with the trifecta, but it was that little holding back, worried about investment, worried. And I had it, I could have done it, but I still held back a bit. Um, and I started my business. Not long after I started my business, my mentor went AWOL, disappeared from the face of the earth. And being a stubborn mule, I tried to do it all on my own, but soon realized after Facebook shut me down a few times in advertising that that was not going to be possible. And then a lovely man called Coach Franco, who was my coach, reached out to me and said, come on, let's sort this out. And really, the rest is history. It's my journey's been a slow journey, guys. I've had lots of ups and downs, lots of doubts initially at the very, very beginning. And I would say, on average, it took me, I'd say, 5 years to get to 5A. I'm nearly at 6A now. Nearly at 6A, thank you, Lord. But yeah, but it's taken me that length of time, which actually for me was an inspiration for my journey. And I always say, never compare yourself to anybody else's journey ever, because I found by taking that length of journey for me personally, I found actually who I was and who and what I was capable of. So at the very beginning, you wouldn't get me on Go Lives. You wouldn't get me showing my face on camera. Um, I was actually online today telling people, and I had a few experiences, and one of them was that when I used to do Go Lives and delete them all, one after the other. So I did about 7 of them, delete them all. And then I actually summed up, this was my very first one. I summed up um, that confidence. I was still nervous, my legs were shaking, but I summed up that got that confidence to do that Go Live. And I did 10 minutes, and I was so proud of myself until I realized I'd had it on the wrong audio settings on Facebook and it was muted, and I couldn't get it back. So I had to delete it again. And that was my first ever experience. Another one, I was walking along the beach telling everybody what a beautiful September day it was and how the sun was shining. And my business partner rang me and said, Tina, I don't know what time zone you're in, but we're in October. So again, that was another one. And you know, those silly things, guys, have never stopped. I did one the other day, 5 years in the business, and I'm on my phone in the woods with my dog. I've got my dog on the lead. I'm that concentrating on Do It Go Live. I actually walked into a tree and ricocheted back off it. And that's on Go Live. But the point I'm saying to you about this is that being that person, being that real, raw, imperfect individual actually brings more to you. Because let's face it, none of us are perfect. So that was my journey on Go Lives, my journey on milestones. So I had a lot of buyers, I had a lot of refunds, I had a lot more buyers. I've had buyers that have already been Enagic distributors and haven't told me till the very last minute. I've had all different types of buyers who've bought in, had the coaching call and never done the business. So there's been a lot of frustrations. But I finally this year got my winning ad. And that's what's really pushed me forward. The one thing I've learned is that, in fact, there's loads I've learned, is that you never give up, ever, ever give up, never quit on a bad day, that you make it fun, you make it inspirational for you, not just we're here doing a business that needs to be fun for us, you know, that we need to enjoy, because this is us for the rest of our lives, guys. We are building a business helping others, so you've got to have fun with it. And I started dancing on camera probably more this year because I love to dance, I love to sing, and I thought, well, that's my brand, you know, that's who I am. I'm an 80s chick. I love 80s music. I love my red wine, I love my pizzas, I love my cheese. And I thought, well, people need to see that, you know. And I remember last year I dabbled in dancing and I got a very negative comment off a bloke who just because Dave was in the kitchen cooking and he made some real bad comments on Facebook. And I said, you know what? See ya, block, ban, go, move on. But the one thing I didn't do was let that stop me, because I thought the right people will come as long as I'm being me. I also throw myself into this community because, again, that is so good to do. And for those of you who are new, I would encourage you to be active in DT. Okay. I would encourage you to post in DT. If it's not financial posts, you know, posts about you and your story, because by doing that, you become involved in that community. But what it also does is it supports everybody, but it also, if you're ever feeling on a bad day, you post in DT and you will get that support. To not negatively, I'm talking post your journey, post your thoughts, because you will get that support. So by throwing yourself into this community, it inspires you. And also, the one thing that does it is when you get your buyers, okay, who do you think the first person they're going to look for in DT? They're going to look for you. They're going to look how active you are, and not just about your financial growth, about you, you know, about what you're doing and your story and why you're doing it. They're going to look for you. So I throw myself into DT. I do webinar hosting. I'm on the mastermind next week. I do daily drop-ins. I throw myself into this business because that's what fuels my passion. That's what fuels my purpose. So although my journey has been long, I've done it. I'm that close to 6A, and that's not my goal, but that's going to be a major milestone for me. And, you know, I think to myself, when I look back, my journey's gone like that. It's just flown. And everybody says at this time of year, where's the year gone? You know, And that's what your journeys are going to be like. Where's that year gone? So you just keep your head down. You keep doing the training. You test all your ads. I can't tell you how many ads I've done. I can't tell you how many times I've been shut down by Facebook. I can't tell you how many videos I've done that have been awful. But I've tested, I've tested, I've tested, I've tested. I've done picture ones, I've done video ones. I've done a mixture of two in a creative ad to see which one works. I've done all sorts. And my team is now stronger than ever because I never give up. People come, people go. Okay. And you never blame yourself if they go, their why isn't big enough. If you've done all you can to coach and mentor them or to mentor them, their why isn't big enough. And you throw your energy into the people that are doing the business. Okay. What else? My biggest amazing, wonderful moment is in fact, I've had two. All right. And obviously to get the award this year for Dancing Like Nobody's Watching, which was amazing because really apt. I was buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Never have I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning to watch a mastermind before. But the other one was to share my 4A journey, which I got very emotional about. And then I saw Mike and Darren getting emotional. And for me, that was just amazing. I'm very much into mindset, guys. Okay. And I know I'm running through a lot of things, but this isn't rehearsed. This is me. So I always say, and I will continue to always say, you have got everything you need to be successful in this business. Everything. We all have. It is all there on a plate to you in this business. But if you haven't got this, if you haven't got the mindset, it's not worth diddly squat. So work on your mindset every single day. Okay. Just a couple of hints and tips that I do. I don't even look at this in the morning. Okay. I always get up. I always do my gratitude. I always have my cup of coffee. I always meditate. Then I'll take my dog out and then I'll really focus on my business, because you start your day fresh. Okay. Because the worst thing you can do is open your phone, see maybe something negative, or keep looking for buyers. Have I got a buyer yet? Have I got a buyer yet? You know, it drains you. So get your mindset right. Get some self-care going on. And I practice law of attraction for those of you who don't know it. So I've got a law of attraction Facebook group that all my team and some of DT are in. I think we've got 200 people in there now. And I post every day. Gloria, my partner, business partner, she does it. We support. Everybody interacts and we do bi-weekly Zooms. But talking about law of attraction, the magic, okay, we all know what that is. But if you see mine, it's well used and it's got full of papers. And again, just a little hint for you to manifest. I watched a Zoom by Steve Harvey. For those of you who don't know him, he used to be homeless and he's just an amazing motivational speaker. And he did a YouTube Zoom, and it was about writing down 300 things that you want in life. 300 things. And he said, he said, I bet you don't get there. So I thought, right, okay. So Gloria and I did it. This is when we first started the law of attraction. And I got to 96. I had to push and think of all sorts of other things, like crazy things, but I pushed, got to 96. So 2 years ago, we did that. And I've gone back to it a few months ago, and I've actually ticked off the things that I've actually received through this business. And one of them was to be on the main mastermind and to also meet Mike and Darren. And I did it. So guys, believe my thoughts are: believe in yourself, practice gratitude, get your mindset where it needs to be. Okay. If you've ever got anything negative coming into your head, flip it, kick it out the other way, work on it, work on your business every single day, post every single day. So from day one, I have done 3 posts a day religiously for 5 years, and I never stop. It's difficult to begin with because you think, what am I going to post? What am I going to put down? You know, who am I? But as you grow along with it, it becomes second nature, and you suddenly get inspiration and you start posting. And that's what I do every single day. And actually, when I look back when I first started at the posts I put on Facebook, I cringe. I absolutely cringe. But you know what it was? I was consistent. I never, even when I had a cold or flu or felt ratty or had a hangover, I still posted 3 times a day, no matter what. Okay. And always support each other. So acknowledge other people's milestones, celebrate every time they hit a milestone. Never feel jealous about it, because it's so easy to feel that. Why not me? So don't do the victim mindset. Celebrating others, you celebrate yourself in this business. And I think, yeah, I think that's me. I don't know if there's anything else you want to know about me, guys.
Thank you so much. It was very inspiring story, and I can so very much relate to some of the things you said. I'm also slow in my business, but it's my journey, and
Yeah,
that's
it
very
is.
good. Yes, it's very
It's your
good to,
journey.
yeah. And I'm amazed that you are posting every day 3
Yeah,
times
yeah.
for 5 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
without
that's
fail.
good.
I have never, ever not posted.
Oh,
Never not posted.
amazing.
Even we lived in Gambia for 7 months, and even then, and the internet was absolutely crap, I still posted.
Yeah,
I still posted. And you know, the
amazing.
person you see here now, ladies and gents, is not the person I was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
The person I was 5 years ago worried about what everybody else thought about me or said or did. But I learned by practicing self-care and practicing mindset on me that I actually didn't give a stuff what they thought, because they didn't pay my bills and they don't walk in my shoes. You know,
very
and
inspiring.
actually they're probably watching you feeling quite jealous that you're doing it. So it's one of them, you know. So yeah, just keep pushing.
Yeah. So everybody, any questions?
I think Sabine has a question.
Okay, yes, Sabine, please.
Hi, Tina. You told already about your posts, but what is the biggest change between your post in the beginning and now? Because you told, yeah, you started dancing last year, but between you started and now, what are you doing more or less than in the beginning?
I think I found my brand more, Sabine. So in the beginning, I tried to be perfect. I tried to be a bit glossy, and I wasn't being the real me. Because let's face it, we have days where we don't wear makeup, and we're out in our scruff and we're in the woods and stuff like that. So I started finding who I was, and the way I did it was this, because I was doing the ads, obviously. So I sat in front of the mirror, and it's quite a good exercise. And I said, "Who is Tina Willis? Who is she?" And I did a bit of an avatar on myself, but verbally in this mirror. So she's a stepmom of 4. She's a grandma of 12. She likes her cheese. She likes dancing. She likes wine. She likes going out in the woods. And all those things I actually wasn't putting on my posts. My posts were maybe a picture of me having a cup of coffee in the mornings, a motivational post, which I did far too much of. There was pictures, obviously, when we were in Gambia, so that was quite good. There was things about, like why an online business and news, like Forbes stuff going on, which obviously we still do. But it was more very serious posts, and there wasn't much of me, my personality coming out in them. But I still did them. But then I think I started maybe growing more in me, where my posts changed. And then even my reels would be maybe a couple of pictures of me all put together and done. But now I do what I love to do. And I think that's where I've grown into the business. But I wish I'd done it a lot sooner, Sabine, and not been so frightened of putting myself out there then. But we grow into this business. We all change. If you look at, for those of you who've been here a long time, like Linda, like Thoa, you know, like Lisa, if you look at where you started, and Tracy, if you look at where you started to where you are now, would you say you're the same person?
Nope.
No. No. So we all change as we grow into this business, which is beautiful, which is absolutely, we don't change. Do you know what we do? We find out who we are. We discover our empowerment, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think I'm still in the stage of I want to do more, but
Sometimes, Sabine, I think it's the self-limiting beliefs we put on
Yeah.
ourselves. And it is. And I did a go live today about why do we so care what other people think? Because actually, they're probably not bothered what you're doing, or they're probably rooting for you but too shy to say so. We envisage all this in our own minds, and that's why I said to you, working on your mindset every single day, no matter how it looks. You know, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, all those motivations, working on that mindset is so key to this business.
Okay, thank you, Tina.
It's a pleasure.
Then I think it was Anna and Marianne, right?
Correctly.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you. Nice to meet you, Tina. Thank you very
Hi,
much for
Anna.
sharing your story. Your energy just comes across as so authentic to who you are, and you obviously subscribe to something that I think is so important in the business, which is keeping it in the fun zone. So my question is, were you always able to do that? Like, even when you were going through challenges, and I can definitely relate to the having lots of buyers that refunded and that frustration. Have you always been able to keep the business in the fun zone? Or is that something that you've kind of developed through the lessons that you've gone through and that type of thing?
So when I first started, my fun zone was posting silly comedy gifs, you know, like it wasn't about me being fun, it was about silly sort of joke things that I'd put on. But as I started building me, I think that's the right thing to say, building me and who I was, I started putting my fun into it and what I love to do. So just for an example, the other week, I actually came up with an idea where I did a reel when I was pretending that Dave was taking photographs of me and he was making me laugh. And actually, Anna, he wasn't even there. I acted it as if he was in the camera at the back. And every time, so I did like a reel with about 8 takes of it where I couldn't stay focused and I was killing myself laughing. But I was laughing. There was nobody in the room and I couldn't stop. But everybody thought he was taking the picture. So it was like all these inspirations come to me because that's the type of person I am. And I think that's my biggest advice. What makes you laugh, Anna? What makes you chuckle?
Are you asking?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
asking you, what makes you chuckle in your everyday life? What makes you laugh?
Well, it's generally my kids. And yeah, and I do post that because that's when you come across like the everyday humor in your life. Like when you have younger children, there's an endless amount of material there and the things that happens in that journey. So that's definitely, I think, how I infuse humor in what I'm posting is family related stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And kids are so innocent. You know, they're the funniest things and the things they come out with. And that's what it's all about. I mean, if you look at Raz Cabrera, she is a hoot on her page. Absolutely. She makes me laugh every time I see her. But the things she comes up with, because she's being her with her kids. So it's about infusing your business with you. Infusing your business with who you are, you know. So if you made about, you know, for example, and I know this sounds crazy, but just say you'd cooked a meal, Anna, and it went wrong, horrendously wrong. Post it post it, because it's you. It's something you've done, and people relate to that. So it doesn't have to be squeaky clean and squeaky perfect, because that's not who we are. You know, I burnt my breakfast the other morning with burnt toast, and it looked blooming awful, and I posted it. You know, everybody thinks Dave's the chef.
That's a great tip, because that's kind of like making fun of your own shortcomings allows people to see you as a real person and relate to them, relate to you, because obviously nobody's perfect. And if you have the courage to show that, that is a great tip on how to make yourself more relatable, I think. So I'm not going to monopolize all the time here. So thank you very much for the answer. Nice to meet you. And congratulations on your award. That seemed like such a fitting award for you, for sure.
I'm blessed. Thank you so much.
Marianne.
Thank you very much. Yes, first of all, Tina, massive congratulations on your award. When I heard the title, I thought it can be nobody but Tina. So of course it was. Congratulations for that, and congratulations for finding your winning ad. That is just wonderful. So my question is, why do you think it's a winning ad? What makes that a winning ad? Because obviously,
Marianne, I can honestly say I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. I don't even know why it's a winning ad. But the only thing I would say that I did differently, if I look at it, it wasn't planned. It was literally, I was sitting in my sister's garden and it was a sunny day, and I thought, right, you know what? I'm going to do a winning ad. And I said that to myself, and I just did the ad. So when I put it on, the only thing I didn't do in all the other ones, and this sounds crazy, and I don't even know why I didn't. My targets and my demographics were all about corporate and who I was. But there's a part in the demographics that allows you to target businesses, so large, medium, small enterprise businesses. And I'd never, ever put them in. And I did on this one. And I think that's probably helped. But it's just all the leads are coming through, all the buyers are coming through, and it's just like, whoa, what's happened? So I think it's an accumulation of things, and it's for me, it's a winning ad because the leads are becoming buyers, and the buyers aren't refunding.
No, exactly.
They're actually having their coaching calls, and that's the winning ad for me.
Yeah, people who have done businesses before, they know that it takes an investment to make a business, so they're a lot more, eager to make an investment.
But also, the people who I've been getting are corporate people who are tired. And I think one lady said to me today after a coaching call, she said, what did it for me is you started your ad by saying, I was so tired. And I think the hook line got them, because that's what it is in corporate. You do get so tired because of all the budgets, the targets, the deadlines, and never-ending emails. So it resonated with more people, I think. So maybe it was a mixture of everything, Marianne.
Thank you very much. I won't take more time if anyone else has questions.
Lisa, if you want to ask something.
Yeah, hi Tina. My question is, I have been following you, and I am trying to be discreet, so I'm deliberately not commenting because, you know, I don't want to, but I noticed that you are doing a lot of lives. So I know you've been saying that 3 posts a day is what you're doing. Do you think that going live on your page often, if not every day, is key to your success?
So I was doing interviews, Lisa, and what I thought with the interviews, I'm not decrying them because I think they're good, and especially if you're starting out. But what I found with the interviews is it's the same old thing each time.
Yeah.
So it's the same questions, it's the same, and I thought I've got to change it up a bit here. So I've tried a couple of things, and then I suddenly thought, well, okay, why don't I do a go live every day? 2 of them, I'm always out walking the dog. So I do it in the mornings. So I'm probably doing maybe a Tuesday or a Thursday or whatever. And it's only a short one to say good morning, but I always choose a little theme. So whether it's a gratitude one or whether it's congratulating new business partners. So I'll always do a little theme. And then my other go lives, I choose a subject for each day, and ChatGPT is awesome for that. So I basically tell ChatGPT to come up with a week's worth of 10-minute go lives, all based around an online business, but also from an emotional point of view as well. So today I did about people, you know, caring about what others think. I'll do about mindset, do about the business itself. It could be over fears and doubts. And then what I'll do, I'll change the theme of it, but keep the topics the same. And I think that helps people. I've got no issues about throwing it out all over my personal page as well, if it's going to get to more people. And I know a lot of people don't do that, but because I was shut down on Facebook and I've got a dummy page, I don't care. You know, my family know me. I don't have to be on Facebook to know my family and my friends. So I use Facebook. I use my personal for both as well. So you'll see me do a lot of posts in my personal page, same as my business page. Because I also think that when your leads connect with you in your personal page, they want to see you on there as well, because that's where they're connecting with you to actually become a buyer. So I use my personal page for a lot of business stuff as well, but a lot of personal stuff like music and stuff I'll put on there. But I just think it's good for them to see the business on there.
Yeah, I do find that I get a lot more reaction on my personal page, but then I think, well, these are my friends, but they're not necessarily my leads and potential buyers.
Well, the thing is, people are always watching. Like you just said to me, you're always watching me, but you never comment. That's exactly what your future buyers and your future leads are going to do. They are going to watch you to see who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. But the other thing is that when your lead becomes a friend on your personal Facebook page, you've got to connect with them in more ways than just be friends. So, for example, if you were my lead, Lisa, and you connect with me as a friend on Facebook, the first thing I'm going to do is start liking your page and your posts and your comments, because that kicks the algorithm in. So you're going to see my stuff. So never just leave your lead sitting there. Always like what they do on their pages.
Yeah, great tips. Thank you very much, Tina.
All right, Lisa. Lovely to see you as well.
You too.
I think it was Tracy, and yeah. Do you still have time, Tina?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay, Tracy.
Yeah. All right. Hi, Tina. Hi. Thanks for that.
Morning.
Thanks for the inspiration and your journey. Fantastic. I was wondering, you were saying that at the beginning you were very shy before the camera. I must admit, it looked like you were born in front of a camera because you just make it look so easy. So how did you get to that point? Was it, because I find it really, really difficult. So how did you get to that point? Just keep on doing it, practicing every day? Or I know you said you did some that, you had some, it went wrong sometimes and you deleted things
quite a few times, Trace, quite a few times. I think it's practice. So, because also what I used to do is, the Big View app where you can transcript and record. I used to do a lot of stuff on there, but practice at actually making it look as if there was no script. So I wasn't stilted, and I think I've learned because it's hand movements as well and engaging with people, isn't it? So even when I'm doing my go lives on now, there'll always be some sort of script here, but I never have to really look at it because I've read it a few times before and I'm there. It's like doing the webinar, and I think that's come with practice. It wasn't like that at the beginning. It was like at the beginning it was and all that sort of thing. So I think it's just practice, and that's what I would encourage everybody to do. Practice, 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 practice. And the more go lives you do, even if you can do it once a day, even if it's for 5 minutes, do it and practice every single day, and you will notice yourself change. You'll become more confident, you'll become streamlined. There'll be it'll just unless you walk into a tree like I did, but you know, there'll be nothing like that. And I think it's practice. It's like everything. What do they say, Trace? Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, keep on practicing it, because sometimes it, like, and you were saying it as well about you know, asking chat, you know, GPI to you know, set things out for you and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, I guess we keep on doing it, and then the confidence comes, and you'll be, you know, you're happy about doing something, whereas at the beginning it's always so much difficult. And that reminds me is also that you were saying about finding yourself, because you're saying that this you know, this journey was finding yourself. And you mentioned like about a year ago, did you say, then it seemed like everything fitted into place? Was it like gradually, or was it just like a revelation all of a sudden that it's...
I think it was probably all of a sudden this light bulb moment. And I think because there's been loads of ups and downs in the business, and we all go through it, you know, there's been tears, there's been frustration, there's been moods, there's been all that. But I think because I've worked the past 2 years on my mindset and law of attraction, I pulled everything together, because I knew I had to, you know, this business was it for me. This is my passion. So I knew that I had to work on this to make everything else work. And that is so right, you know, because it has been, we all go through it, all, you know, all that sort of thing. But once you never forget your why, and once you remember why you started in the first place, and I did it for my health and for my family to begin with, because I wasn't the person I should have been through that breakdown. So I found all that, and then my why changed because I started seeing changes in other people that I was helping. And even now, Tracy, you know, when I do a go live, and I'll show you what I've got here. And I'll give you a book, which is very good to read. But all that, they are all my go live scripts that I've done over the past whatever. And I keep them because every now and again, I'll do one again with a similar theme. But what I find is, because I've done it so many times, it's all there in here. So I can bring it out. But a very good book, if you're into reading, is called Zero Limits. Has anybody heard of it?
Right.
Zero Limits. Okay, so it's by Joe Vitale and Hugh Len. And it's
Right, yeah.
The Secret Hawaiian System for Health, Wealth, Peace and More. And it's about saying, I won't give you too much about it, but it's about saying that we're 100% responsible for everything that happens in our life. It's nobody else's fault. It's nobody else's problem but our own. We are in control. So, and it's about how to clear negativity, which is so good. So if you want to read it, guys, it's a must. Joe Vitale, Zero Limits.
Yeah, I think I did a course of his with the Hawaiian.
Ho'oponopono.
That's right. Yeah.
And it is. And I do that every day. I do that every day. So again, it goes back to working on you.
Yeah. And so your team, Tina, is that are they basically in the UK, or do you have them all over the place?
No, all over the place. So Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, UK, Spain, Italy.
So did you find that some type of ad work better in one country than another?
Yeah, Australia, New Zealand is my winning ad.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much. Sorry, I asked a few questions there. I was being greedy. Sorry.
I'll see you next week.
Yep.
So I saw that Sabine and Eva have still questions. Do we have time for them, or?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
You're okay. Okay, Sabine.
Yeah, Tina. I start to post also more on my personal profile. But are you posting the same things on your business page and on your personal page?
Yeah. So what I will do, so I did a go live today on my business page. I downloaded it from a business page and I posted it as a video on my personal page. Sometimes I will share from a business page. Other times I'll actually do the same post. So, you know, my reels, my dancing ones, I put on both.
Yeah. Okay.
The only thing I'll do different on personal is that, you know, because obviously, you know, I love my music, so I will do some YouTube stuff on there for music, like Bob Streisand and stuff like that. I love. So that's the only difference. Or some funnies.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Super. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Eva from Denmark, I think it was.
Yes. Yes, so now here's a question from Denmark. So first of all, Tina, thank you for being such a role model. I just love what you do, and you're so full of energy, and I'm really in love with the 80 music also. So that's just fantastic. But I have a little question for you.
Okay.
Actually, Tracy already asked a little bit about who your business partners are, and you answered about the countries. But I'm a little curious: are they also mainly corporate people? Are they more or less the same age as you, or who are you attracting?
I think 90% are corporate. I've got one lady who's just like a stay-at-home mum, you know, and a husband's working. Jenny's in sales, so I'd say most of them are sales and corporate. Yeah, yeah, very much so.
And also more or less your age, or are they all?
No, well, I'm 62. I'm old, so, but no, the more or less, I'd say between 40 and 65.
Okay,
So
yeah,
that sort of bracket.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious to know about that. Thank you, Tina.
It's a pleasure.
Marianne, you had one?
Oh, yes, another one. Tina, are you only on Facebook, advertising on Facebook? And is Facebook what you advise your new distributors to start with, or how is it with that
So I
advertising?
have done YouTube, but when YouTube changed, I just couldn't get my head around it. And it didn't seem to work as well for me then when it all changed. So yes, Facebook. And I do say to my guys, do Facebook first. It used to be, when we started, it used to be Google Ads first, which never got me anywhere. And I think it's a bit of a nightmare to do, but obviously you've got to have that to do YouTube. So I always say, well, look, start with Facebook. And if you want to do YouTube later on, then you need to do Google Ads first. But because of the new training site now, Marianne, it opens up Facebook first.
Yeah.
When you go through it. So I think all that training's changed from 5 years ago, which is good. I think.
Yeah, it's brilliant, the new training. Thank you.
And Lisa from Monaco.
Lisa from Monaco. Thank you. Yes. Just a quick one, just to go back to what you just said a few seconds ago about sometimes you share a post from your business page onto your personal profile. Because our business page is public, does that mean that everybody can see that post that we've shared, or do they have to go and join your business page?
So my personal page is public as well.
Yeah.
So when I share onto my personal page, if they want, they just need to click on that and it goes straight through to my business page.
Okay.
And what I also do, if they like that post on my business page, I'll always invite them to like the business page anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always do that. Always.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Anyone else? Sabine?
You're on mute, Sabine.
Okay, when you are posting on your business page or your personal page, and you see new people who are following you and maybe commenting, are you connecting with these people?
So every time somebody comments on my post, I will thank that. I'll just, so say they say, you know, oh, I love the view. I will always respond to them. I will always respond. I'll always engage with my followers on my business page and on my personal page. Now, I do realize it's getting busier and busier, and that might not be as easy to do moving forward, but I'll always like or love. But at the moment, I will always engage, because I think engagement, they like it.
Yeah, I don't, my followers.
Oh, you're on mute again, Sabine.
Who's muting me? So my followers are not engaging with me, but I see they like it. So I recognize the names now, and it's always the same people who are liking, but not commenting.
So do you do posts where you ask them a question?
Sometimes.
Do more of them then. So it could be something simple to say, you know, red wine or white wine, which do you prefer? Or, you know, who does the cooking in your house? I'm sick of doing it in ours, or something funny like that.
Yeah.
So just to get some sort of reaction out of them. And that's where you get the engagement coming in.
Yeah. Okay. And are you still advertising on Facebook? A paid advertisement?
Yes.
Yeah. And conversion ad or
conversion. And for every ad I do, I always run a likes campaign alongside it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, Sabine.
So I would like to ask one question. So when your business is now growing, how do you see your daily routine is changing? Or can you, yeah.
I don't feel it is, Tina, because I've got myself into that routine now. So I will, as I say, I've got my morning routine, then I will do business. Then Dave and I probably usually go out around 12, 1 o'clock. I'll come back and I'll do more hours. If I've got things like this, I'll do it. The only thing I probably would say will change is I do a lot of interviews on other people's pages now. And I know that's going to have to stop eventually, because that's time that I need to concentrate on mine. But for now, I'm fitting it all in. I'll still be doing masterminds and webinars and all that sort of thing. So the only thing I think will give is I'm not going to be doing as many interviews on other people's pages eventually.
Yes. Lisa?
I think Anna has her hands up for a long time now.
Okay, so sorry. Thank you.
Sorry. Yes, I've been trying to raise my hand. I wasn't sure if it was coming through. I have one more, going back to what you were talking about, being your authentic self and putting yourself out there and not caring what other people think and so on. For many people in the business, I feel like this is the hardest thing for them to overcome. So some resort to the more like professional, glossy, very nice looking, but not very personalized. So I talk to people that I mentor about this, and I wonder what your personal opinion is on this. Do you think that you can be successful in this business if you don't overcome that, if you don't allow people to see who you are and connect with you personally? What's your opinion on that?
My opinion, rightly or wrongly, I'm not saying that you won't be successful in this business, but will you be successful for you? Because,
and what do you mean by that?
Because the thing is, we all want to be the person we want to be. All right. So if you're not being you in social media, are you going to be attracting the people you want to work with? So you might get buyers, you might get leads. Are they going to refund? Or when they do become a distributor, are they going to do and be coachable? Because they might not be the right person for you to be with in your business. It's a very fine line, and it's about, do you want to show up as somebody else, or do you want to show up as yourself? You know, do you show up as yourself in your own life? So why not show up as yourself in social media? So it's quite a difficult question in one way, but I just personally think You've got to be raw, you've got to be real, and you've got to be authentic, because people can actually tell when you're not. People can tell when you're not being yourself, you know, and being the real you. And you're going to attract people who are like you. So if you're being the glossy professional person that you're not like that in real life, you're going to attract people that aren't like you. Do you see what I mean? I think.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here. I love all of that. I just wanted to hear your opinion on it. So thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Was it Lisa now?
Tina, I just wanted to ask you about your feedback on the daily drop-ins that you've done. How are you finding them? And are you getting a lot of response? Are people participating? I know that when I first saw daily drop-ins, I thought it was going to be a bit more interactive. I thought we would see everybody. It like now, I thought it would be like this and we would have a conversation. But I realized that in the daily drop-ins, there is one speaker and we can only communicate through the chat. Is that right? So
Yeah,
what's your
so
feedback?
I've got one this Friday. Yeah, I'm on Friday about mindset. So if you want to pop in, I'm there. So all about mindset. So the first one I did was about social media and business pages. And I've got to say, Lisa, I loved it. And I loved it because, yes, it was just me and the big screen doing a 20-minute presentation. And it wasn't even PowerPoint or anything like that. It was just verbally. Okay. And then the rest of that hour was questions and answers in the, like we do on a mastermind on the side. And I found it was more constructive. It was more focused, it was more contained, and it was more of, I think there's about 60 people on there. And that was at the very beginning. So there's going to be more now. So I found it really useful. And I felt it was more focused. Felt it was more and more contained, because you've only got an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to do it. So it was more contained. So I think they're very, very good. Very, very good.
Good. Thank you.
Anybody else have questions? You have been so true, Tina. I don't have any questions, but anybody else?
Merci has a question.
Okay, great.
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Mercy.
Yeah, I have a question. When it comes to advertising, which one is more successful to you? Pay advertisement or free advertisement?
Oh, for me, paid. Definitely paid. I always think that warm market never really worked for me as such, but I do what I do on my business page and on my personal page because I know that people are always watching. So all your leads, pardon me, all your buyers or whatever, they're always watching. So for me, paid ads definitely works better for me. But obviously it's successful for a lot of people in DT with more marketing. So.
Okay, thank you.
Tua?
Yes, thank you. Thank you again, Tina, for being here. It's so lovely to see you again. I just love your energy, and you always have this kind of, you make everybody feel so comfortable and calm in your presence, and it's so, so nice. I have one question, because you were talking about you're doing an conversion ads on Facebook and also do a like campaign. Are you doing the same targeting on both of them?
Yeah, same targeting on both.
Because so same countries in South as well?
Same countries, same targets, same demographics, a lot, because they're the people you want to come into your business page.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, lovely.
Anybody else? No. almost 9 o'clock.
Wow. Where's
The
that gone?
time flies.
8 o'clock, Tina, in Europe.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna
I
say,
have it 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
what are you doing to me?
I don't know.
Oh dear. Oh no, that was lovely. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you taking the time to be here.
No, it's
and
lovely to
sharing
see
your
you all.
valuable tips. Yes. Wishing you
Lovely.
continued success.
Thank
and
you so,
happiness
so
in
much.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
thank you
thanks.
so much, Tina.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Take
We
care.
must do
gonna take a picture?
We must do a photo.
Thank you.
Photo.
Thank you.
Oh, photo. Okay.
Yeah. Can you, Anders, help me to take one also if I don't succeed?